Hey everyone, it's time for another big ol' update video. This was originally going to be a community post, but I was bored and I'm recording this at about midnight. I'm going to be going through a couple different things, so check the chapters below if you're only interested in a specific section. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I'm currently sick. Cry about it. Alright, so to keep it brief, I've left Twitter for the most part. It's an alt-right hellscape that turns my mental health into a waste. I would have liked to continue posting announcements there, but thanks to their stupid little AI changes, I would prefer to avoid feeding the machine as much as possible. You can now find me on Blue Sky or send me a friend request on Discord. If you're still on Twitter, I suggest you also move to Blue Sky. It's a really nice place and everyone's super chill. Speaking of Blue Sky, I recently launched a weekly column over there. I really like writing, and I don't always want to go out of my way to make a full video like this over it. Plus, it's my space to write more extensively about things I wouldn't normally make full videos about on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description to the most recent release. So, it's been kind of an elephant in the room that with one crazy Tesseract kicking off internally, what happens to Torchwood Splatlands? I want to make it clear that I fully intend to finish the series, but I can't work on it right now. Let's talk a little bit about why. Torchwood Splatlands can't be put on streaming platforms like Spotify. Obviously, it's based on two IPs that are both not mine, and it uses sound effects taken directly from Splatoon games. So when making episodes, I just downloaded sound effects off of YouTube and other places like that. Most sound effects are free to use for personal use, but for commercial use it's a little different. And with One Crazy Tesseract, I have more ambitious plans to put it on streaming platforms, for reasons I'll get to later. In order to do that, I paid for a subscription to a commercial sound effects platform, as well as the license. The license, the permission to actually use the sound effects on this platform, is permanent. However, I only get access to the library itself for 6 months, and only 75 sound effects per month. Kind of like when an online storefront is shutting down, they remove the ability to add funds, but you can still use the funds you already have on your account. I can still use the sounds I downloaded in those 6 months. So essentially what that means is I have to complete the entirety of One Crazy Tesseract in 6 months. Now, fun fact, that is really stressful, but right now I am managing it. Still, I quite literally cannot afford to focus on Torchwood Splatlands right now. The absolute latest I can start work on episode 8 is in February when the subscription expires. If not, that is a $185 hole in my pocket. Anyway, beyond that, I'm afraid is not super great news. I've kind of deliberated back and forth on this, but I have made the decision to not continue Torchwood Splatlands for a second season. I had a lot of planning documentation written up, but for a couple of reasons I've brought up in previous videos and announcements, it's just not something I'm invested in enough, especially for projects that take a year at a time at least. Hi, it's editing me. I just kind of looking back on the section and I realized I kind of wanted to say a little bit more about this, so I'm kind of going off script here. This has been kind of a difficult choice for me, I think, and I enjoyed making this show, but it's really hard for me to work in something that I am voicing a character in, and truthfully, Star's character was going to exit the next season, so that would leave Turquoise as literally the only character left, and I don't know. I'm kind of ready to play in my own sandbox, as it were. I enjoyed this, but I'm moving on to the next logical step, which is the original stories. So I hope you look forward to what is now the finale of the whole show when that comes out. So yeah, back to the regular scheduled program. Oh my gosh, re-recording voice. No way, because it's almost like my project didn't save correctly last time I tried recording this. So I was really debating on whether or not to include this part, because it sounds really tacky. But it is kind of the main reason I'm making this video, so oh well. Back to my voice as I originally recorded it. There is a lot more riding on the success of a project this time around, because upon its completion, one crazy Tesseract will now have cost me $2,500. Now, simply put, I can't do that again. At least, not right now. I assure you, I am looking for a real-life job, but my preference and my shoot-for-the-moon level goal is that these projects start to pay for themselves in some capacity. That is why I am trying to get it on streaming platforms, and why I've been a lot more noisy on the promotion and discussion end. I don't want to have to be this financially stressed, doing what I love, and I really want to start paying more of the people involved in producing these shows. Especially because I spent nearly 3 years trying to find my identity as a creator, and audio dramas are now the permanent genre of my channel. But at the time of writing, I am currently 2,759 watch hours short of monetizing this channel. And that number will begin to drop as Torchwood Splatlands episodes each reach their 1-year anniversary. If you want to support me, I plan to make a Patreon later down the line after the show comes out. But in the meantime, the best way you can support me is to watch the episodes as they come out. Do all the interacting stuff to feed the algorithm, and help get eyes on these projects. Because I'd like to keep going, and One Crazy Tesseract has a lot more of a story to tell. Anyway, that got kind of heavy for a second. So, in other news, I also plan to have another trailer out sometime in mid to late November. And that's pretty much everything. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know, these are update videos. I'm not sure if you're really meant to enjoy them per se, but whatever. It's an update. Don't nitpick this. Anyway, hope you have a good rest of your day, /week, /month, /insert period of time here. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.